Welcome to a new thing that we are trying here. We're going to take a group of people who have little to no role-playing experience and take them through their very first adventure or close to it. So we have a series of very new people here. This is Chloe.
Hello.
Tara.
Hi.
Rob. And Stephanie. And so we're going to do a little bit of...
I'm John. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
I forgot about you there. I'm very sorry. And we're going to do a little bit of an explanation of the rules to maybe give you some guidance on how to introduce new players to the hobby. So I hope this proves helpful or beneficial, and if it doesn't, well, I hope at least proves entertaining. So we've given you guys character sheets, and you've been looking over them. So to explain a few of the rules now, there are a number of there are basically three different ways that you interact with the world. You attack things, you test your ability with certain skills, and you test your defenses with saving throws. So they're all done with a 20-sided dice, and the 20-sided dice is basically going to determine your fate, how well or how poorly you perform a certain task. What you are doing is you're going to roll a d20, you're going to add an ability modifier that is on your character sheet, and that will need to be above a certain number. If you're attacking someone, it needs to be above their armor class. If you're trying to climb a wall, it needs to be above the difficulty of the wall, and I will generally be setting the difficulty. So you'll need to convince me that it doesn't look like that. That's hard. That's very hard to climb. Or I actually have pittons in my satchel and can use that, and a rope and all that sort of stuff. The other thing is saving throws. So if you're trying to dodge out of the way of a lightning bolt or resist the poison that you've accidentally ingested, you'll need to roll a saving throw, which is again a d20 plus or minus any modifiers. Additionally, if you are proficient in a certain weapon or skill, you get the proficiency bonus. So to look at the acrobatics skill, you're proficient in acrobatics, which is dexterity based. Your dexterity bonus is +3, and your proficiency bonus is +2, which gives you a +5 bonus. So if we were to check your acrobatics, we would roll a 4 plus 5 is 9, and that would probably not succeed.
It was like a walking check.
That would probably make a walking check. Yes. So in terms of a difficulty class that you're rolling against, a 10 is generally a sort of a fairly easy thing. 15 is quite hard. 20 is extremely hard, and 25 is nigh impossible.
Challenge accepted.
Right. So perhaps we could go around the table and just talk about our characters a little bit.
Okay.
If you could introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Gilly Toscobble, and I am a rogue halfling with a criminal background,
Nice.
and I will pretty much do anything to keep my secret away from my family. So I like to make sure they're safe. I do give them the money that I receive, but they don't know where it comes from.
Okay, so you're in contact with your family? And
I am in contact with
yeah.
my family, and I do have ways of contacting my old liaisons as well,
Okay.
if I need them.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Torbera Ironfist. I am a hill dwarf cleric with a soldier background. So I'm pretty hardcore. I'm a little bit more of a serious person. I do have this thing though where I'm not always really good at going with my gut, so I tend to kind of see what the group is feeling, kind of go with that, and I have this really bad habit of answering a question with another question, kind of like therapy styles, like how does that make you feel?
That'll be fun in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
Should we fight? I don't know. What do you think?
Is today the fighting day?
What is fighting?
Yes.
Do you always answer a question with a question? Do I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Rob.
I am Count Tristan, the least interesting named of our party.
Oh, God.
I am of noble background. I'm a very uppity kind of guy. I know my status in life, and I like others to know that status because I like to be loved. I like people to know that I'm famous and very fancy. I also like all things wealthy and gold and bling and all that. Yeah.
And you're a fighter?
I am a fighter. A lover and a fighter.
Stephanie.
Okay, my character's name is Althea. I'm a high elf wizard. I've pretty much spent my whole life just at the temple learning as much as I can, so I've kind of don't have much people skills, but I believe I'm very.
So you're a student, really,
Yes, I'm a student.
and a bookworm, all right.
Yeah.
This is your first time, like, applying
Outside.
your skills?
Yes, outside of the
Trying
temple.
to, okay.
Just outside in general.
You're still dealing with like what this thing called a sun is. I don't understand.
She's on prac. She's on her fetish prac. That's awesome.
John.
My character is Oscarus of Thunder Tree, and he is something of a celebrity in his small village of 20 people.
Right.
He has a statue that he built of himself in that town. And he's got a bit of an ego. But so he thinks he's all that, but he's not really.
He's well known as that crazy dude at the end of the road.
From the other village next door, yeah. But those in my village think I'm amazing. At least I think so. And he's a fighter human, and he's a bowman. Yeah.
Right. Good. All right. Well, you are all friends, and you have decided to venture forth from Thunder Tree to a town that you know is about to become quite important. Kars is a town that lies on a trade route from the south to the north, and it is on a river called the Snowmelt River at the base of the Snowmelt Mountains. So you are on your way there, and the way that you get there is up a river, up the Snowmelt River on a barge. So you're travelling up the Snowmelt River, and the barge contains all manner of things. There's stock and a few goats, and some person is there with a horse. And it takes about a day from the coastline to slowly wind your way up the river. The barge is captained by a very gruff, unattractive man who is clearly been doing this his whole life, and doesn't really want much to do with you, and it's not been a very sort of pleasant trip. But as you get closer and closer to Kars towards the end of the day, the river, the banks of the river get steeper and steeper and steeper until you are going along the bottom of a deep chasm. And you know that you're getting closer to Kars because the daylight is running out, and you come around a bend in the river and you discover that Kars is not on the river as much as it is 40 feet above it. And as you come around this corner of the river, you see quite an amazing sight. There is a platform at the base of the river with some docks that are surrounding it, and another platform on up at the 40-foot high level. And the two platforms are starting very slowly to change places. And that is obviously how they move goods and services and get up and down from the river.
Are there rails on these pulley system things?
There are. There's
Not
ropes.
just swinging.
Yeah, putting some cattle on there and just watching.
Yeah.
Oh dear, we should have thought this through.
Althea, could you roll me an Arcana check, please? So roll a d20 and add your Arcana bonus to it.
So,
Yep.
it's got 4.
So then add your Arcana to it.
Oh, 9.
Okay. You've heard a little bit about these platforms. They're called the Tetoni platforms, and the rumor is that they were built with magic as much as machinery.
Can we do like a history check to see if I know anything about that?
Sure, go for it.
20 plus.
Oh, critical.
That's a critical success.
Critical success.
All right. Yeah.
I win. I won the game. Right?
So, you know,
this is how this works.
Yes.
XP.
So they
You
were
wrote the book on these on this thing, right? Like,
they were built about 15 years ago by Anthony Titoni, who is the one of the founders of CAS. And he is a magician, so he, definitely there was probably magic in their construction.
Should we talk about what critical success is?
Sure. Yes. So no
20
matter
20 scores.
no matter what the penalties or bonuses to your rolls, a roll of a natural 20 when you roll 20 on the dice, like that, is a success. An instant success.
Nice.
When you are attacking and you roll a natural 20, you roll 2 dice for damage instead of just 1.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're good to have. Is there anything else that you would like to know about this?
Is there anything like, so you're in this cavern, not cavern, but this. I'm worried about getting attacked. Like, are we looking up and seeing? Are there people guarding things?
Yeah, there's definitely guards, and as
they could be protecting the city.
Yeah, as you look up, just beyond the platforms, on the other side of them, your gaze has kind of been attached to these marvelous constructions of moving up and down. But just beyond them, you can see a bridge going across the Snowmelt River at the top of the chasm. And you can see guards on top of that bridge as well. So that is the bridge that has been newly constructed in this area, and that is going to form part of the trade route from the north to the south.
Is it raining right at this moment? Like, coincidentally, like it is in real life?
Is it raining out there?
It's raining quite loudly.
So that's
sorry for those of you
Probably
who
just
are
sounds
listening to
ecstatic.
this.
So that is the lay of the land.
okay. So are we trying to get to the city? Is there a purpose that we're trying to get to the city?
Well, you guys are kind of seeking your fortune because you know that this trade route is just about to open up. If there's a trade route, they're going to need guards. They're going to need heroes. The mountains to the north are somewhat still wild and uncharted.
Do the goods on the ship belong to us? Like, could we go and sell it?
They ours to hog off.
Or could they soon belong to us? I'm just saying. No, that's not my character. I'm just wondering if they belong to us. That's all.
No. You just what's on your character sheet is what belongs.
So we're just travelers.
Do we know each other?
Yes.
Yeah, we're all friends.
Oh, cool.
We're buddies.
Yeah, do we all come from
We're on a road trip.
Thunder Tree?
Yeah, well, that's what we
You know about my
started.
statue. And are you the count of Thunder
We're like half the population of Thunder.
I mean, we met there. We may not all be from there, but we met there.
Yes, you definitely met there, or you're from that region.
Sort my character out at Thunder Tree. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about, like, could we get on one of the things that's moving up and, like, go up to the top?
I think that's a good
Did
idea.
you say there were guards at the top?
Yes.
Is that what
Yeah.
But do they seem to be angry at us for any reason?
Oh
or-
no. They're in fact
protecting us.
they look pretty bored.
Okay.
To be honest, they're
okay,
kind of
okay.
just slouching around. One of them is leaning on his ball pike. The other one's checking his email on his cell phone.
Can I shout out to one of them?
Sure.
Okay. Hey, peasant! What do you call this place?
He goes, well, peasant. This is the great city of Kars that you are about to dock at.
Great city. What makes it so great?
The wonders of the Snowmelt Mountains are at our doorstep.
This is like a tour guide.
To the left, you'll see.
Where's the tourist information section?
And
How do we get up there?
please dock there and step onto the platforms when it is secured.
Okay.
So at this point, the barge that you're on abuts the docks and it's tied upon, and it's a very easy step to get onto the area where you can then get onto the platforms, the Totoni platforms.
I guess we get onto the platform.
I'm gonna jump on the
Yes.
platform.
Yeah.
Can I jump on before it's secured?
Yes.
Like, nobly just quickly jump on.
Make a dexterity
Thinking
check.
I'm all that. Alright, so I got a 12, and then my dexterity bonus is +3, so 15.
15. All right. Yes, you deftly leap onto the platform and.
Hold your horses there. Like, come
Can I
on.
smack him on the back of the head?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Wouldn't that mean that you have
requires-
to jump on after me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
to
would
be able to
require a
reach him.
dexterity roll.
Can I wait until it's secure, jump on, smack him in the back of the head?
Ow, what was that for?
Being a bloody git! I'm trying to do a copy accent.
Well, yeah, you might have to jump on top of a bale of hay
Oh,
or
you're-
something,
you're
and
halfling.
then
Right!
Are you a
Yeah,
halfling?
Yes.
I am a halfling!
Leap up into the air. What's your acrobatics?
That's okay. I'll give you a little.
give me a boost?
Yeah, I'll give you
Okay.
a boost.
you could stand on her shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
Your powers combined.
Stand there for me.
Ow!
All right, so there is somebody on the platform as it comes down, and he starts to help the barge master load the various things and guide the animals on there.
Does it take a long time?
It does take a little bit of time.
Can't we
Did you
just go
pick
up
up-
ourselves and, leave these merchants down here? And
He says, "Sure, there's the staircase."
Well, listen, I'm willing to help out.
Excuse
To
me,
move
good man.
everything on
I'm
a little
very
faster.
persuasive. Is there a way we can persuade you to, take us up and then come back and do, help this man with his stuff?
Well, you can pay them.
I'm just saying, can I persuade you?
You're a
to
count, aren't
anything?
you? You
Yes,
must be rich.
I'm a very important
Yeah.
man. I
He's
have
very
business
rich. All right.
to attend.
Roll a persuasion roll.
Oh! Critical fail! 1.
All work, no
I
bite.
tripped
Everybody
over my own
rides the
feet.
platform at their own pace. All right. Sit down. If you're not willing to help us load the cargo on, there's your seat, buddy.
Do you want to help him?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna help him because
Okay, sure.
I
well,
believe that.
Fine, we'll pitch in.
Well, you don't have to.
Okay, you guys pitch in.
I don't want your help
I'll
anymore.
supervise.
That's
Alright.
gonna go down so well.
Can I use my athletics to move things along?
Oh, to move things
faster?
along? Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, give that a go.
Okay. Oh. Apparently I'm not
So-
very
Oh,
helpful
wow.
either.
That doesn't really help. You drop a box
Oh, no.
and
Into the river.
Is that a critical fail?
it was a critical fail. And a whole bunch of fish spill out onto the dock, and you spend the next 10 minutes or so putting them all
Yeah.
We are
back in
true
the
heroes.
Just grumbling about how I should not trust my gut instinct to be nice. This is what you get when you try to be nice to people.
As you're loading stuff and picking up fish and all that sort of stuff, the guy who came down on the platform says, "So, what brings you to Kars?"
I don't understand your accent at all. Where are you from?
I'm from upriver. Let
Do you
me.
understand anything he's
I'd
saying?
like to use my intimidation to go, what brings you to Cass?
Go for it. All 3 feet of you is going to try and be intimidating. So roll
What do I do?
a d20 and add your.
Oh!
What is going on tonight? That is incredible.
We've had all 20.
We only have two numbers on this thing.
20 and 1. The guy says, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply anything. Look, I was just trying to be friendly. But in answer to your question, I was born here."
He's lost his accent. You really scared him.
Scared his accent out of him. He says, "Look, I really didn't mean anything by it. I'll be happy to, when we get up to, this is the last platform of the day, and I'll be happy to show you around town once we're."
Huh.
You want us to go on our way? What is he saying?
I'll be happy to show you around town.
I think he's offering to show us around town.
That would be very kind of you.
Okay. And and now we're all deaf all of a sudden. All right. So the marvelous engineering and magical contraption of the Totoni platforms lifts your platform off off the waterbed and takes you up. When you get up the top, it kind of goes into a building that's overhanging the top, and it becomes essentially a part of the floor of that building. And gates are pulled down, and a very efficient team of stevedores unloads all of the goods and services.
People better than us, basically.
Yeah, so basically they don't
Not
want
us.
me anywhere close.
Yes. and nobody breaks any of the goods
That's
that go up there.
amazing.
Wow, they've rolled really
cool.
well.
So the gentleman sort of goes over to you and says, "I'd be happy to take you on that tour now."
What do we say, lads? We're going on a little tour of the town.
What did she say?
I don't know. I'm not very good at these kinds of accents. I come from a town of 20 people.
I'm tempted to just walk around ourselves. Like, I mean, I'm a big deal. People know me here, though.
Can you take us somewhere that we can sleep?
Absolutely.
That's a good idea.
Absolutely.
It's almost nighttime.
Yeah.
And a drink, perhaps.
Yes.
It's a nice tavern.
I know the perfect place. So he takes you around into the town, and the area immediately surrounding the platforms appears to be some kind of sort of warehouse district, and there's lots of large buildings. But you travel upriver a little bit, and you soon come across quite a nice area that's sort of a bit more residential. And he takes you, as he's walking through the streets, he starts to explain some of the history of Cast, which you already know most of.
Obviously.
After rolling a critical. And he basically talks about the platforms and how lucky he is to be working on them. And he also talks a little bit about a ceremony that's going to happen the next day. And this ceremony is to cement the agreement, or the trade agreement, with a town to the north called Fandelver. So Fandelver is on the other side of the Snowmelt Mountains, and because they've built this bridge and secured a roadway through the mountain pass, they're able to. They're calling the other city a sister city, and in the next day, they're going to have the unveiling of a statue that has been gifted to the city of Cast by Fandelver, and they're about to, and it's going to be a big deal. Apparently, there's an emissary going to be there, and he invites you to attend because it's going to be a great celebration.
Are other nobles attending? Like,
Oh.
is this for important
Yes,
dignitaries
sir.
like myself?
Yes, all.
Like,
You got an invitation, I
I'm obvious. I left it at home, but
Yes.
okay.
You look like kind of a big deal.
I'd love to go. I'm
He
there.
is the count of our village.
Did you bring the proper attire though?
Yes, I have a set of fine clothes.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
wonderful.
You
Glam it.
look the part.
You get to sit in the front row. For the
Well,
filming.
who runs Cast? Like, is it a king? Is it a
It's
prince?
a series of so there is a regent,
Okay.
sort of like the governor general. It's appointed by the king, but the laws and all the governing is done by a magistrate. So there's 5 people who are the ruling
Could we meet them?
the government. Or
Or I guess it's nighttime. There.
yes, certainly not today.
Okay.
But I imagine they'll be around tomorrow. They'll be there, and you could certainly talk to them then.
So this religious ceremony that you mentioned,
It's
what's the? Oh, you did say it was a religious ceremony, correct?
Not really. It's sort of like a
Like a party?
It's just a.
it's a party to celebrate our
Sisterhood.
our sisterhood with Fandelver.
Okay.
Are we in the tavern?
Yeah.
Cool.
So the tavern.
What does it look like?
The tavern is lovely. It's got an enormous hall, and there's a staircases going up to gantries on either side, and that's where the private rooms are. And at the back of all that, up the top, there is a baths. So
Was it what? Sorry, a bar.
a baths.
Ooh, that's
So
Yeah.
it is kind of fancy. So it's
I like this now. I'm happy to stay
I was
here.
going to say it was a dive.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. These are good enough.
Your guide explains, even though you know this from your history, that there are a number of streams that they've diverted to come across the Snowmelt River in the form of pipes that provide water to the town, and in particular these buildings that exist on top of the...
Sophisticated is much better than the well at home. Wow,
Yeah.
this is fancy. I wipe my feet before I go inside.
So what do you say? We all turn in for the night, like
No, is there a barmaid here?
Absolutely.
I'd like to go and have a chat to the barmaid.
All right.
And say, hello, Miss Barmaid. Is there anything interesting happening in the town?
Who said? Oh, hello.
Yes, down here, lass.
Ah,
Hello there. God, I've forgotten my question.
yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Do you have any beer?
Oh, beer. We have the finest dwarven ales.
Dwarven ales?
Yes.
I'll be the judge of that. I'll have to sample all of them.
All right. Yes, they.
I'll have a pint.
Torpera, like, hold on here.
Well, we have a party to go to tomorrow. Might as well start now.
Spoken like a true dwarf.
All right. The dwarven ales that you try, they're passable. You've certainly had better, and as a connoisseur of alcohol of many different types, the halfling also thinks that this is good, but it could be better.
This is the best ale I've ever had.
It's probably Althea's first ale she's ever had.
Oh no, she's a uni student.
All right.
Still want to talk to the barmaid.
Any other questions you have, my love?
Just tell me in general, what's this town like? I'm guessing you've lived here all your life.
Well, yes, I'm very proud to say I've been living in Cass all my life, but we're all very excited about what's going to happen tomorrow. The opening up of the trade route will bring new life and new wealth, money, and power and influence over the region to Cass, and we think it's a great thing.
Will everybody in town be attending the party?
Yes.
Interesting.
It will. The
Will they be leaving the doors unlocked?
The party will be held at the central district where we normally have our marketplace, but all of the market stalls will be cleared, and the unveiling of the new statue will in the centre of the square will be shown.
I have a statue of myself,
Oh really?
I've made it myself.
Well, it's interesting because it's shrouded in secrecy. Nobody knows what this statue is going to be.
Oh.
Mine looks like me.
Yes.
Do we know what time this party's starting?
Well, I think definitely we will be underway by about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Good, no sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
go for
I'm
brunch.
I'm ready for bed.
Okay.
Yeah, do we want to... Are we excited for this party? Or should
Okay.
we... Is there a lot of people around in the tavern right now?
Is there
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
of a noble background that I could speak to? Is there anyone fancy? Like anyone... I'm picking up from their clothes, their speech.
There's one or two kind of people milling around. You would probably classify them as maybe high class merchants rather than nobility.
So I have position of privilege which says people understand that I'm noble, I'm of noble birth.
They defer to you and
a little bit.
Yeah.
Could I introduce and say hello? Might I join you?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, you can ingratiate yourself with them certainly.
My name is Count Tristan. I'm new to your town. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and this city?
Oh, well, yes. My name is Faber, and I run a import-export business.
Okay.
We bring goods from Belltown to the south, and from various other parts of the southern shires, and we're mostly small goods, tobacco, that sort of thing.
So how will this trade route help change your business? Is it good?
Well, it will give us much easier access to Waterdeep to the north. So we're very excited that we can go overland to Waterdeep. Previously, we've had to go via ship, and that's proven to be treacherous. So,
Are you attending the party tomorrow?
yes.
Is there
yes.
anything you'd recommend we do at the party, or anything special?
I would definitely try some of the Tanner's weed. We will be selling some of our tobacco there,
Okay.
Oh.
and the you're interested in something a little stronger, perhaps.
Well, no.
Well, I'll seek you out tomorrow, and perhaps I can show you our stock for discerning customers.
One last question. Are there any rumors of things going on in town? Is there anything mysterious or any
Side quest.
weird things? I just don't want to go to sleep right now. I was the
We
first
just
one
got
ready to go to
here.
bed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody is in preparation for the festivities tomorrow. So, I don't really know of anything going on that.
Okay.
I mean, certainly after the festivities die down, there will be a lot of opportunity for jobs and things on the morrow.
Okay.
That sounds like go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, Sir Count, thank you very much for your time.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you for your
I have
information.
one last
Easily
question
remembered.
before I go to bed.
Yes. Hello.
I'm feeling the meat a little bit. Is there anyone who's unhappy about this new opening? Is it ruining anyone else's trade routes?
Ooh, I imagine.
Geopolitics.
I imagine some of the captains won't get as much trade, and I don't think it'll affect the docks here with the Tertoni platforms. We still get a lot of docks from a lot of goods that are shipped to Cast from downriver and upriver. The elves are upriver, and they sell a lot of goods, by shipping them down the river. So we generally think it's a pretty good thing all around, but like I say, the shipping lanes might lose out a little bit.
To bed!
All right.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay, well, if you
What
guys
do we have to,
kind
like-
of beds are
Well, do we have to pay somebody to rent a room? Like, we're just
Yes.
going to jump in bed?
Yeah. So it's a gold
Oh, yeah.
piece.
Okay.
A gold
Oh,
piece
what?
that gives
That's
you
expensive.
Wait,
all
negotiate.
5 of you
One gold piece, but for us all.
for
do
everybody.
you want to share
Oh,
a bed
each.
with me since we don't need a full bed?
Oh,
Cozy.
Count?
I get it.
I've never thought about that. Really economical.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're sleeping now.
All right.
I should make it a little less loud. Keep it down.
That's right.
Trying to sleep.
Persuade him to charge us less, but
Oh.
it's $1.
Yeah, you can't be seen nickel and diming
That's it.
over.
I'm not cheap.
Yeah,
I
$1.
mean, money's important.
And it is a fairly nice establishment, and that does cover your mead and your
Bath.
a bath and
Breakfast.
and your breakfast and dinner. So you enjoy the night. You sleep very soundly. You wake up and have a bath or not. Breakfast is a fairly simple fare, cheese and bread, but it's good cheese and it's hot bread and
Ale.
and there's probably an ale in there too.
Nice.
And you manage to find your way. I'm assuming you're following the rest of the crowds as they
No.
Yeah.
filter out. And
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you arrive in the central area, the marketplace area, at about 10 to 10, and there's a hive of activity. It seems like the whole area, the whole town is there. And in the middle of it, there is a clothed statue of some description. It's impossible to tell what it might be. It's pointy at the top and wider at the base. And there is a makeshift stage that has been set up at one end underneath the town clock, and the church sits behind it. Up on stage, you can see several people who are obviously nobles of some description, and there is one particular person that everybody seems to be crowding around and talking to and shaking his hand, who seems a little out of place. He looks a bit odd. Would people like to roll a perception check?
Yeah, what is
Sure. Do I have a perception?
Perception there, you've got a zero
I've got 0 perception.
bonus. That doesn't mean you can't.
+3.
Yeah.
16.
16?
Where is it?
Perception there. +3. You got a +3 as
Oh,
well.
can we
yeah.
all do it?
Yes,
Right.
you can all do it.
No.
Sure, why not?
You might even
D20, yeah?
roll high, yeah?
That's this one.
4. I'm
I
not very
don't have
perceptive.
it though.
Just roll it. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll still have a +3. Yeah, you got 20. Great.
20?
20.
Okay. So Torbera, you notice that this guy is not so much sort of socially inept. He's quite nervous.
Okay.
Like he's really out of his element, and this is something that he doesn't normally do. So whilst he's going around and shaking hands, and as a cleric, you get to see a lot of people coming in and out of the church, and there are saints and there are sinners, and he has the air of the latter.
Oh.
Is there someone nearby? Can we who is that?
Yeah, can we ask
Do you know who
who this guy is?
So he's the emissary from Philandon.
Oh, okay. So is he is he involved in
Sorry,
this?
did I say Philandon? Or it's
Oh,
Fandelver, right?
Vandelva.
Fandelver,
Yes.
my apologies.
Oh, that's okay.
That's the one that's connected.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
The new
trade.
sister city.
Yes,
Yeah.
to the north. Oh, I was gonna ask something there. I realized.
So he's up there shaking hands with people, or is he walking around? Let's see.
Yeah, he's walking around. People are coming up to him and shaking his hand and making sure that he's aware of the schedule and things like that.
Okay, so is he running the show?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there a mayor or anything walking around? Or from cast?
Yeah. They're all up on stage.
They're all
the
so this guy's
magistrates.
walking around down the lower
No, he's
areas.
walking up on stage.
Oh, okay, cool, sorry.
Okay.
Well, I should be up on stage, obviously. Maybe I should go and introduce myself.
You should definitely go
Yeah.
on.
Totally going, yes.
You're the
well,
count of the village.
So I'll go. Is there someone guarding the stage, or can I?
Yes.
I'll come
there's
up
the big guy.
behind,
You
just to give you some
can follow
support.
on?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, good sir. I am Count Tristan of Corlin Hill. I'm a noble, and obviously I'm here to participate in today's ceremony.
Roll a persuasion check or
Persuasion 13, 17.
17. He says, Sir Tristan, I don't believe I have you on the register. If I might check with my superior?
Certainly. I left my invitation back in Corlin Hill, but you might as well check.
Why would you need to check? He's obviously of royal blood.
Oh, right,
Oh.
yes, of course. How dare you ask me? Do you not look at my fine clothes that I put on
Very
this
sorry, no,
morning?
I do
Get
see.
out of my way.
I do see. Right,
You would not believe how unbelievably rich this man is.
Thank you for reminding me how important I am.
That's what you told me anyway, I believe you.
He says, all right, yes, very sorry to detain you. Please come up on stage, Count.
Thank you.
That took a long time.
I'm going to bring my associate with me as my personal bodyguard.
I have a statue of myself.
Don't worry.
Here?
I wanted to, but it was just too difficult.
Don't bother him. Let's go up on stage.
He said, well, I can certainly let you, but your servant will need to stay here.
I'm not a servant. I have a statue of myself. I'm well
Look.
renowned in my village.
Oscaris, you stay here. I'll go and...
You're right. I will stay with the common folk, which is my place. I'll strut off.
I'd like to go and meet this guy who's acting kind of... Actually, no, first I'd like to go meet the mayor and just introduce myself to the mayor and say, Mr. Mayor, my name is Count Tristan. I hear you have a ceremony. I just want to congratulate you on these fantastic activities that are coming to your city.
Oh,
great moment.
You're absolutely welcome. Very good to have you here, Count. I trust you are enjoying our fair city.
I am. I stayed in a lovely... what do you call it? Hovel? No, it's not. A fine hoteling establishment.
Hovel!
With a bag.
Why are you even talking to me?
Yes, and I'm very excited to see the unveiling of the new
This historic moment.
I
To add to
like
your knowledge.
whispering out to me,
I'm standing up here having a conversation.
holding up signs.
Yeah. You have to hold them really
I'm
high.
not the most eloquent, okay?
We're
Thank you.
maybe on top of each other's shoulders or something.
Ask him about America. He says, "Oh, we've got a lute
Nice
player."
music.
Yeah. So a band strikes up, and he says, "Oh, excuse me, I believe we're about ready to begin."
Certainly.
So he walks up on stage and says, "Good common folk of Kars and esteemed visitors from out of town, welcome to our ceremony of the unveiling of the statue given to us in goodwill from our sister city, Falanden." And there's applause and cheers and
Cheer very
everything.
loudly.
What's the weird guy doing? Is he still...
He's hanging back. He's kind of over to the left and behind of the mayor.
Okay.
And he says, and now I would like to invite what was his name?
This is embarrassing for him.
Last.
He's not that important.
Arnold of Falanden to please come up and unveil the statue.
Arnold or Arnold?
Arnold.
Arnold.
Oh no.
Arnold. And Arnold walks up and he says, "Thank you, good people of Kars. I hereby make this gift to you in goodwill and good luck." And he makes a gesture like this. And
Uh-oh.
You should do a check and see what he's doing.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Arcana check.
I want to do an arcana check.
Arcana check. All right.
12 plus 5.
17. Yes. All right. He is definitely casting a spell. You know from the gesture that he's casting a spell called Mage Hand, which allows you to pick things up or move things, or it doesn't have a great deal of power to it. It's a small spell, a cantrip, but
Definitely makes him a wizard of some kind. Or
definitely makes
something.
sense.
Okay.
He could be pulling off the sheet off the top of
Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, that is exactly what
Yeah.
he's doing. He makes a pinching motion
Guardian
and
Leviosa.
goes like this. Yes, and we can't use that because that's copyrighted.
He does something cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
He does something cool, and the cloth comes off the statue, and the statue as a dwarf,
Yes.
you think it's pretty crap.
Well, I think most things that aren't dwarven are crap.
Yes, but this is even by human standards. Looks like it's been put together very, very hastily.
Like goblin standards.
Well, not quite that bad.
I'm
Goblins
talking
generally
Trojan
don't.
horse kind of.
Yeah, does it look like there are any sort of like compartments or things like that or
The one thing it is it's a human male holding his hand up, and in his fingers at the top of his hand he holds a gem.
Okay.
And as the sunlight strikes the gem, beams of light flash out from it, dazzling everybody, and kind of you sort of rub your eyes to clear them. when you blink your eyes open again, everybody, except for the 5 people here, has disappeared.
Okay. And the Arnold is also gone as well?
No.
Okay.
He is the one other person who is not has not disappeared.
Hey, what did you do? Where is everyone?
He looks very startled at you and makes a motion like this, and the gem streaks across and goes into his hand.
You should crash tackle that guy.
Yeah.
Well, no, you got fine
Athletics
robes,
check.
actually. You probably don't want to get them dirty.
He just made everyone disappear. The mayor, my fellow nobles have been taken.
The outrage.
I must defend
Who
them.
cares about the commoners?
So
Yeah, don't get up.
what we'll
Better
do
off
now is we'll roll initiative. So you have an initiative bonus, which I have written here. So yep. So roll a d20 and add your initiative bonus.
Okay.
Oh.
13.
13.
7.
Gilly is 13.
You're so outraged. I'm paralytic.
Yeah, I was about to tackle him. Oh, sorry.
I don't want to get my clothes
I'm gonna
messy.
wait.
Oh, what
You
do I
guys-
do?
You guys
Althea?
jump first.
14.
14. Torbera.
3.
3.
Yes.
We're all a little stunned. 9.
9.
I had very.
You're like,
my
what is this
eyes are
statue?
red.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I was just so short that it barely affected me.
Oh.
All right.
It's because
So-
I was still standing on top of
Yes.
you, right? So I was shielding your eyes.
So Arnold gets to go first, unfortunately. So
goodness.
he takes one look at you and legs it. He dashes backwards away from you from the stage, and he's casting some spell as he's going, and he leaps from the back of the stage onto the building that is behind the stage, the bell tower. And he proceeds to run up the building, and he's on the top of the roof before you've even had a chance to kind of assess. Althea,
Okay.
your turn.
I'm a bit shocked as to what to do. Can I cast Ray of Frost to slow his escape?
You certainly can.
Does it
What?
make the roof slippery too?
We would,
More fun.
yes. So Ray of Frost. What does he need to do in order to avoid the effects of a Ray of Frost? Or so he's clearly
Ray of
in
Frost.
full flight mode. So he's trying to
Sorry, I've
trying to get away as fast as possible.
With a ranged spell attack against a target on hit takes 1d8 cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of the next turn.
Oh, the band strikes up again.
Oh my gosh, we need some kind of battle
Is the
music.
band still playing?
No, they're
The band
Disappeared.
invisible? So a ranged, how do you do a ranged spell attack?
okay. So you roll a d20, and you add your dexterity and your proficiency bonus.
So that's 10 plus 2.
What's the proficiency bonus for spell
Plus
attack?
2.
How do you know the proficiency bonus?
It's up the top. Everybody is plus
Oh,
2.
it's plus two.
Plus 2
Okay,
at,
plus
at
two.
first level.
Possible, so that's 14.
14. Okay. It strikes him in the back, and he takes d8 damage.
So just
Roll d8.
4.
Yeah.
Is it 4 plus anything?
1d8 cold damage.
Cool.
No, just 1d8.
Cool.
And his speed is slowed.
Yeah.
That
Does he have to make some kind of check in order to keep his feet?
I think that's probably pretty appropriate.
He's running up.
He's
So
on
the roof.
He's already on the roof.
But it's a
But-
slanted
he's on the
roof.
roof.
Yeah.
He's on the roof, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So he'll make a dexterity check, and that's 15, so that's pretty good. He manages to keep his feet.
He's a wily fellow.
All right, whose go is it next? Gilly.
Really? Alright.
We could
Can I
toss
ask
you
how far
up
away
there.
he is? I'm wondering if I can try and shoot him with my short bow.
Well, he's about 60 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can shoot my short bow 80 feet. So
Alright.
that should work, right?
Yep, that's fine.
Alright, so I'm a bit cranky that he did this to us. So I'm just going, you bucks.
Alright, roll D20.
D20? Oh, that's not one.
Oh!
20!
Oh! Is that the second 20 you've rolled?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Alright, so
those dice.
for this you roll 2d6 and add your dexterity bonus to that.
5. Dexterity. 6, 7, 8.
8. Alright. Okay. He takes an arrow to the knee and is not looking very healthy. So,
I didn't kill him though.
Oscaris, no, not quite.
So I'm going to look down at Gilly, draw my own bow, and as I say, good shot, and fire, and we'll see if I hit anything. Probably not. So I got 14.
14, that is actually a hit.
Oh, cool. Not to the knee though. So I got that would be 9 points of damage to him. So
Oh.
right in the buttocks.
Okay, yes, that's a good hit right in the back. Alright, Tristan, you'll go.
So he's about 60 feet away.
Yeah.
So I can't run to him. I can't throw my javelin at him. I'm gonna try and persuade him to give up. Be like, look, we just want to talk to you. Just come down.
Give us
We're
the
not gonna hurt you.
Just we want to talk.
Alright.
What happened? That's all I want to talk.
Okay.
Can I do it? Is that
Yep.
13 persuasion 17?
17.
Come on. We just want to talk to you, okay?
Well, obviously
we won't
don't
put-
mean you any harm.
Oh, stop.
Well,
Guys, just pause. Time out.
We don't want to hurt you.
He doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon. But Torbera, what would you like to do?
Wait, can I move after I do that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so now I'm going to move as close as I can to him. So I can't run up,
No.
but I could at least stand at the
Well,
bottom
you
and
do have-
look at him.
You do have good oh no, you've already used your
Athletics. No.
The building is quite wide, but you could start to run around it.
Okay, yeah, I'll start to run around.
Or there'd be a staircase inside. Is it attached to anything else? Any other building?
No. It seems to be a big building that sort of has a lot of offices and things like that inside it. There's a clock at the top. This is clearly some sort of municipal.
I'll try and run around.
So there's no way he could get off it without leaping or flying or something. Okay, so
But if I can get on the other side, even if he jumps down, then he's kind of.
good idea.
Is it like halfway around? Or?
Yep. You can get around to one side of it.
Okay.
Now, Torbera.
So I'm gonna use my sacred flame. To...
Already? No, don't use it.
No, but that's a cantrip. I can do it every turn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
How much damage does it do?
I'm checking. Sorry. So sacred flame.
So you'd need to have line of sight of him. Can you?
So it ranges 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
So I can see him. So it's a flame-like radiance descends on him. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or take 1d8 radiant damage.
All right.
Oh, that's
He
not
does not make his saving throw, so roll your damage.
No, this one.
Yep.
Oh,
4 points.
4 points.
Okay. He's looking very, very beat up.
He's
Told
definitely
you you
not a
should
one
have
level
talked to
character.
us.
All right, so it's back to his go, and he runs over the other side of the building and disappears from sight, pulling
So like
various
just arrows hanging
arrows out of his,
Extinguishing the flame.
Yeah. And the ice all over his face.
putting it.
Poor guy.
This guy really wants to get away.
He's been through the ringer. He certainly has. But he's got his gem still in his hand, and he's clearly hell bent on getting out of there. So he's disappeared over the building. Althea, I guess it's your go. What would you like to do?
What do I want to do? Could I? Well, I've got +5 in investigation. Could I investigate something?
don't know that that's a skill that kind of has much bearing on this situation. It's usually used for finding secret doors or
Maybe you could look at where you think you would be going and make a guess at that using investigation.
Sure. Yep,
Yeah.
roll an investigation check.
Yeah. So I got 9
Plus.
plus 5.
14. That's a pretty good roll. So, in your estimation, he's probably heading somewhere close to the platforms that you saw before.
Okay.
So he's heading back towards that kind of that warehousey district.
So you can shout that out to us if you want to, or keep this self either way.
Yeah, I'll share that with everyone.
Guys, run to the platform.
I rolled really high on my investigation. Pretty sure I'm right.
Would you like to move? You can move and
Yeah, sure. I'll move down to where I.
Yep. So I mean, probably you'd catch up to Tristan. And Lily's go.
Can't wait to see how this halfling and dwarf are going to run after.
-1 athletics, but I do really want to try and catch up.
So what you can do
Yeah.
is in a round you can do an attack and a move.
Mm-hmm.
You can split up your moves so that you can move 25 feet in a round. So you could move 10 feet, make an attack, and then run another 15 feet.
Okay.
Or you could forego the attack and move twice your movement rate. So,
Okay.
so you could move 50 feet.
That's good to know.
The other thing that I might just explain,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw me moving these around, but I put the person with the highest initiative up
Yep.
the top and then move them down. So it just helps you know when your turn is coming up. So.
What's acrobatics? Can I flip up the building?
Yes, you are
So
only
the
3 feet tall, so
Flip many times up the building?
what I will say is there's a little bit of there's some bleachers and some areas that were previously filled with people. You could certainly run over those
Okay.
and leap off the top of there, and it would get you a little bit
Little
closer. Yeah,
Alright, I want to try and do that.
go for it.
Okay.
Roll an acrobatics check. If it's another 20, you're leaving.
No, 11.
11.
Plus, sorry, what do I add on to it? Okay, so
Another 20 and
5.
I'd be thinking this is a way to die.
So 16.
16 is a very good roll.
Okay.
You leap off and
How far would I leap?
3 feet.
you vault off the top of it, and you look very fetching as you go. You kind of give your hair a bit of a flick and land and keep running, and you gain a little bit of ground. And
Okay.
you kind of catch up to Althea
Excellent.
and Tristan. Oscaris.
Are there any horses around here at all?
Good question. Yeah, I'll say there's a
I'm going to leap onto a horse and
Okay.
ride.
Okay.
Giddy up.
Yep. You accelerate and get.
The fastest looking horse. Can I make an animal handling to work out what? No, animal. Do I have any animal handling to work out which is the fastest horse?
Yes, sure.
And ride off on it.
All right. You might need an animal handling.
I only got 8. So that's like, I choose the old nag and see.
Yes.
And I ride it backwards.
Actually, I think this is a donkey.
But I'll take off on it towards.
Okay.
And yeah, maybe if there are any other horses in that area, I'll try and take them towards these guys as I'm running past to kind of give these guys a chance
Yes,
to grab
yes.
some horses.
Another efficiency of having 3 foot tall people. You can fit 2 of them.
Oh
on your horse.
yeah, I'll ride towards our 2 vertically challenged party members.
All right. Not that being short is any kind of bad thing. I'm not saying that.
I think it's a gift.
Tristan.
So how far away is the lift that we're presuming he might be at?
Yeah, probably somewhere in the order of maybe 500 or 600 feet away.
Okay, so fair distance. How far could I get onto the horses on this turn?
The horses, you could probably go about 60 feet, or more than that.
If we're racing,
Yeah, so-
we can run twice our movement speed.
Yeah, so 100 feet.
Okay, so what if first I'm gonna go around the corner to see if he just landed, because he jumped off and he's out of view. So I'm gonna go around the corner. I don't know however many feet that is.
Yep.
And I'll see. And is he there?
Yeah, you can see him. He's on the ground now, and he's dashing off towards the towards the warehouse district.
At inhuman speed.
No, but he's looking over his shoulder.
With an arrow. He's got motivation.
He's got motivation.
How far away is he from me?
Yeah,
Give or take.
maybe 100 yards.
So I can throw a javelin up to 120 yards with disadvantage. Like, I kind of want to javelin him.
I feel
Yeah,
like you need
you-
to.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna throw my javelin.
You tried talking, and now it's time
So
for action.
2d20.
2d20, and to pick the lowest one.
I want to roll 2 20s, please.
I rolled 2 once in the last game.
A 2, right. Plus 5, so that'd be 7.
7. Okay, the javelin clatters next to him, and he makes a sound like this, and keeps running.
I will run as far as I can towards him, and then that's it.
All right, so that's 30 feet. So yeah, you're about 70 feet away from him.
Okay.
Torbera.
So how far away are the horses now at this point? Have you already run past me?
I mean, if you're, I've probably caught up to you.
The horses
by now.
are level with you now.
I'm level
yeah.
with me now. Okay, I'm gonna use
Hop
my
on. Let me
rope.
give you a boost.
I'm gonna use my rope because I have got a rope. I'm just gonna. It's 50 feet of hempen rope.
Okay.
So I'm gonna lasso myself
Perfect.
onto this steed. Kind of wrap my legs
the one
and arms
he's on,
around
or a
the.
different one?
No, the one behind him.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one that's actually better than the one.
Yeah, exactly.
faster one.
And I'm actually gonna dangle my rope out behind me for in case anybody,
Like any halflings want to jump off.
just in case.
Indiana Jones with the truck.
Yeah.
Acrobatics is gonna come in.
So I'm at this point I'm just kind of like bear hugging the neck of this horse to kind of stay on because my legs are so short and the horse is so
You
big.
have +3 to animal handling though, so you could like make sure you steer him in a good direction.
Yeah. I mean he's doing fine. The horse is getting the job done for sure.
Is he heading in the direction of the guy?
Yeah.
All right. So the combination of rope and your tactics of getting up in there, I'm gonna give you advantage
Okay.
on the roll to try and clamber up on the horse. What would you like to use to get on the horse? What skill would you
You
like
have
to
athletics.
use?
So I'm going to use my athletics.
Athletics. That
Yeah.
sounds perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So roll 2d20 and take the best.
The best one.
Oh, that's lucky. That's really lucky. That was a
7
1.
+ 4.
Yeah. 7 plus 4 is
Yeah, so
11.
7 plus 4 is 11.
All right. It's not graceful.
No.
It's not pretty.
No one has ever called
Just
me
a bit.
graceful. And I'm okay with that.
Maybe that beer that you were drinking earlier started to feel a bit weird.
But
My
you,
long braids got in the way.
you do manage to clamber up onto the horse. Very good. Whose go is it?
Bad guy.
Back to
That guy.
Up to the bad guy. Okay, the bad guy
Annulled.
has
Oh yeah, an old.
the bad guy takes another look and sees horses and dwarves and all manner of intimidating looking people throwing spears and all that sort of stuff at him. He mutters another incantation and just shoots off. So he's going at twice the speed that he was before. You clearly see him go to a building, a brick wall, and he uses his spider climb to go over the top of that. You can see a very large grate in front of the building, and he disappears behind that.
Okay. I'm feeling kind of like we're doing, we're not going to catch this guy. I'm feeling pretty discouraged, guys.
Go get a beer.
There's free beer. We can loot this place.
Yeah, everyone's gone.
Why don't we turn this into our city? Like,
Yeah.
I can be count of this city now.
I could make this statue into a more like this.
Do you have a statue?
It needs a second statue.
All right, so you've definitely seen where this guy has gone. He's
I
definitely.
don't-
So
Keep pursuing, we could
over
catch him.
another
You gotta keep
building.
going.
We're on horses.
So there's kind of like a gated warehousey type area. So it's a brick wall, and in between the brick wall is a gate, and over the other side of that gate there appears to be some kind of long courtyard.
Okay.
Do we have visual of him right now?
No, he's gone behind into that courtyard, and
Yeah.
you can't quite see him.
Can we make it over the thing by standing on the horses and jumping over? Is it
I've
that
got a-
height or is
I've
it
got
too high?
a picture of the gates here, because they're rather intimidating.
Oh.
Nope. Maybe it's at the end. Please just talk amongst yourselves while I'm.
I'm still on a horse here.
Oh well, my rope is dangling behind me. You could probably grab it.
You
Aren't
should
you
totally
up-
grab
Didn't
it.
you run up on the roof?
No, she jumped over the
Bleachers.
No,
Up
I
the
jumped
bleachers.
over the bleachers
Bleachers.
and then
okay.
and kept going
and now I'm
Got
just there.
on the ground.
And you're not on a horse either, is that right? We need
Yeah,
to
where
get
are
on
you
a
at?
Let's everybody get on a
horse.
horse.
You know what you do? Ray Frost, and then just sort of slide
Slide
along
along,
the.
Yeah.
Like-
Hold the rope and then just ski along the.
So here you go. Here's what the gates look
Oh my
like.
Oh, the
goodness.
scary gates.
All right.
You have a thing where you can open gates. One of your cantrips.
No.
Yeah. No.
Which one?
I'll
Do we
find
have
it.
any grappling hooks or anything?
Do we have a crowbar?
I have a hammer.
A hammer and a crowbar attached to a rope like a grappling hook. Or like MacGyver.
Yeah.
What else have
I also have mason's tools. I could maybe try to take the hinges off. And then we can
There is
smash
so I gather you're
Are
all
there-
kind of running up to.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, we're riding now.
You're
We're
riding
talking about our
I'm
plan.
slowly
Oh,
trotting
then you're
behind.
side saddle.
You're not getting on the horse.
Well, I haven't yet.
Okay.
So
So you arrive at the gates, and I do have a description. You and your companions stand at the head of a dark alley, an iron gate topped by leering gargoyles and sharp spikes bars the way. Through the rusted bars, you can spy the dilapidated shacks and ruined tenements that overhang a shadowed alleyway. All is still, save for the red glimmer of hungry rats and endless drum of rain on the cobblestones. Right?
Stop
I
raining.
could do rain.
Right?
Unfortunately, it's not. Yeah, real rain.
Above the sooty stacks of the dread charnel house belch out grey ash, choking the air with a palpable aura of despair.
I thought this was a nice town.
yeah.
Well, this is kind of
This is the
a.
other side of the
This
track.
is
Oh,
the,
you didn't show
uh,
us the bad part of
This is he took you to the nice area. This is definitely in the midst of the poorer section of the warehouse district.
Okay.
This is a bit beneath me,
Either
guys.
that
I don't
or-
know this.
or-
I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah. Yes, I think we're about an hour into it, so we might take a bit of a break.
Cool.
Okay.
And we are outside the gates of this mysterious person's abode, and we shall be right back after a few minutes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.